Hell yeah. They got 10 games on Fox this year. They're also only facing 3 teams with a winning record last season, but 4 of their last 6 games are on the road. So, Marcellus, are the Cowboys officially primed to make a legitimized NFC run?
You gave me all them damn descriptors. Yes, they are. And I know you're reluctant to give them the props. I know you got a lot of self-hate built up into you right now. You just can't give love to your hometown, but I will. Dallas Cowboys primed to make a run in NFC. A real run. Not like that DK Metcalf getting smoked 15 plays. Look at your face. Oh, we going to get into that somehow. I'm going to sneak. DK, hey, stay in football. Stay in your lane.
He looked good, though.
He looked good for who?
He looked good. 10-3-7, first time running 100.
Yeah. He looked good for a football player running track. He didn't look good for a guy on the track. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. Okay. All right. So Cowboys going to do better than that. They're not going to get 15th out of 17th. You know what the Cowboys going to do? They're going to look at this sandwich and say, we the meat. Now, what's the bread? Okay, let's talk about this bread. Because some team out there last year was 7-9 the year before winning the Super Bowl. Some team was out there 7-9 and got a turbo boost at the quarterback position. Some team was 7-9 and realized once you get the right quarterback in your situation and everything is properly dressed up, oh, that's a good, tasty sandwich. That's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tampa Bay's template. Let's talk about the other piece of bread on this. Oh, that was too strong for you to digest. Ugh, they ain't going to be Tampa Bay. They ain't going to win the Super Bowl. How about this? There was another team, non-winning team, sitting there, lost their quarterback for the season. Sound familiar to the Dallas Cowboys? And they get their quarterback back, turbo boost at the position. Didn't lose a game for the first 11. Finished up 12-4, made the playoffs. One of the top seeds, too. Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, you like that, bread? So the Cowboys are sitting there saying, we the meat, somewhere between Tampa Bay winning it all, 7-9, losing team, got the quarterback back. Oh, or the Pittsburgh Steelers, non-winning team, get the quarterback back and get that turbo boost at a position. Dak Prescott, back in the saddle as the Cowboys quarterback with all of the weapons that they have, with the offensive production that they have. Remember, they scored 32.5 points per game with a healthy Dak Prescott last year. That would have led the league if he would have continued. Dak Prescott has never missed a game before last year, so don't you start with this, oh, there's a question mark about his durability. There's not a question mark about his durability. Dak Prescott back in this situation is going to take us, as at worst, Pittsburgh Steelers level. At best, they may win it all.
So the reason I love doing this show with you is because not only are we doing Speak for Yourself, but oftentimes I get to play the game 2 truths and a lie while listening to you. Because you be telling 2 truths. But it's always going to be one lie in there.
What's the lie?
The Steelers were 8-8. They weren't 7-8.
I said non-winning team. I cooked the books a little with the words. I know how to do that. Hey, for real, I was like, how can I make them sound sorry? They're a non-winning team.
I missed you, bro.
Yeah.
The Cowboys are primed to make a run in the NFC to the playoffs. After that, I don't know what's going to happen. They will make a run in the NFC to the playoffs.
Let's talk.
You know what? Let's start with where you was at.
What, DK?
DK Metcalf, he looked good.
To who?
260, he looked good.
No, he looked better than you thought. That's not good.
He looked good.
We hate to hijack this segment. He was in the semis. That's the prelims. That's not the finals. He got last place.
He was in the faster heat.
Dog, if you my homeboy and you come off the track before the finals and got last, we ain't going to Chuck E. Cheese. We ain't going.
What we can all agree on, though, is through 60, he wasn't in last.
Okay.
And the fact of the matter is, the Cowboys going to look good through 60.
Okay, I like
Cowboys going to look good through
okay.
60.
I like
that last 40, which is the NFL playoffs, I can't speak on that. I won't speak on that. But let me tell you how and why they'll look good through 60. Cowboys only playing one winning team in their first 9 weeks. One. Mind-blowing, mind-boggling. Somehow, some way, they lucked up to just playing one winning team. Yeah, that's the Bucs. Bro, after y'all get past the Bucs, it's Gucci. And the worst part is or the best part is, here, YSL, the Cowboys' first 4 home games are against probably 4 of the bottom 6 teams in the NFL. The Eagles, the Panthers, the Broncos. We'll see what the Giants do this year. Saquon come back healthy. Daniel Jones, you got weapons, make some noise. But surely against 4 of the bottom 10 teams in the NFL, because Giants, even if y'all do make noise, we still have to assume y'all are still a ways away. I didn't even mention the Falcons are the 5th home game that the Cowboys play. So the Cowboys' first 5 home games are against the dregs of the NFL, the bottom feeders, the catfish, if you will. So then I look at it. Your away games against the Chargers. Justin Herbert's a dude, but he could sophomore slump. We also don't know first-year head coach defensive mind. I don't know what's really good. I know. It's possible. I just got back. You play in the Patriots. What? But week 5 is probably around when, if at all, Mac Jones is going to make his debut. Why do I say that?
Yeah, why do you say that? He's not playing this year.
Five weeks into last year with the Patriots, what were they looking like? 2-3. Cam Newton was struggling terribly.
Yeah,
Remember,
COVID.
Cam Newton got COVID.
COVID.
I'm saying 5 weeks in is about where Bill Belichick might look up. And if they're 2-3, if they're 1-4, if they're a miraculous 3-2, not a convincing 3-2, but a stumbled into 3-2, that's about when Belichick will look up and say, we drafted you 15th overall, Mac Jones. It might be time for you to make your start. There is a controversy there. The Cowboys, through the first 9 games of the season, you only play one team with the winning record from last year. Looks good. But to stay in my track analogy as I end my first lap.
Okay.
Also staying in my track analogy. Cowboys play 4 division opponents at the end, last 5 games of the season. 4 division opponents, last 5 games of the season. So as I look at it, they got an amazing lead leg, meaning in the first 9 games of the season, you're only playing one team with a winning record, and you have an amazing anchor leg, meaning the last leg of the season, the last 5 games of the season, you're playing 4 division opponents. Dak Prescott, you 19-6 in the division.
Yes.
So either way you look at it, I'm not going to talk about the meat, which is the middle of the sandwich, but both loaves of bread is not wheat, nor is it white. It's that good sourdough. Like both the outer layers of the Cowboys schedule are strong. Therefore, they're supposed to make a run to the playoffs. But once you get into the playoffs, I don't know what's good.
That's a big-ass sandwich. You said both loaves at first. I was like, God, we eating. No, man. Golly, I hate you and I love you in the same breath. This is 2 truths and a lie, me. How about just all lies? Like, get you all lies. Like somebody getting 9th place and not a single headline ever said he got last. What? You ran track. Dog, come on, man.
He didn't get last.
He got last.
He got 15th out of 17th in totality.
No, nobody was writing that. Nobody was writing that. They were writing.
Thank you. Can we have
Look at this. Look at this. Hey, too many track people were DMing me and texting me. It's like, Marcellus, are you on the air?
Through 60, DK looked good.
This ain't a 60, though.
But I'm saying, through the start of the race, he looked good.
Yeah, he looked good. That's not even the finals. That's not even the dudes that's going to make it.
That was a faster heat. That was So you're telling me this. You're telling me, can we jib, please? Can we jib? I want to talk to my dog.
Okay. I got one question because I've been in Cabo a long time, so I had a lot of time to think and drink. What
did you do first?
Dog.
It sounds like you drank and then you started thinking.
Dog,
and that's the disconnect.
What's the headline? I mean, I know Track was so excited to have a football player bring all those eyeballs, and I get it why they didn't want to really be real to him. 9th place, first of all, doesn't even get an interview ever, but he got his. And 9th place is last. No one, show me one headline that said last place in his heat. 9th? My daughter pointed at. She runs track. She know about last because she gets last. But they don't write 9th. They write last.
What you have to look at is what is your competency in your first time doing something? Because if you look that competent in your first time doing something, you understand the potential of it. If somebody came on air and they first time at the end of the segment, we'd be like, oh, for their first time, they were pretty good. Weren't as good as you. Weren't as good as me. But for their first time, they was pretty good. They might have been the worst on set, but you could see the competency. DK had competency as a runner. 10.37 still is impressive.
10.37. Go to Tokyo this year and run a 10.37. They'd be like, all right, you know where you are outside this state. You wouldn't make the first heat of 16 heats. But let me talk about the Cowboys who are going to be in the finals potentially because this team is built for success. I know you hate me so much right now. Had that one loaded. Look at this schedule. I don't know why you think that this schedule is not going to be favorable for the Cowboys all the way through. Think about it. The Chargers, they're going to be scary to the Cowboys, but the Cowboys is a non-winning team as well. Like you pointed out, the Chargers, the Eagles, the Patriots.
It's a good point.
We used to be in the locker room before and say, oh, we're going to get them. And somebody had to come through and keep it real. Dog, we ain't that good yet. Who are you to say we're going to get them?
That's a good point.
Well, we are not there yet.
That's a good.
But I'm anticipating all of this coming together. There are only 9 coaches in the NFL right now, active head coaches that actually are Super Bowl champions as head coach.
Yes, sir.
And the coach of the Cowboys, Mike McCarthy, is one of those guys. That's why I'm a believer. Dak Prescott, when he's healthy, is going to set records in the passing game. He has the weapons, maybe the greatest arsenal in the sport this year in terms of weapons. They addressed the defense this year in the draft. First 6 picks in the draft, defensive players. Michael Parsons, shout out to LeVar Arrington, shout out to Penn State, shout out to Anthony Poindexter, who's coaching the defense up there right now, my dog. They have addressed their weaknesses and improved on their strengths because of Dak Prescott just being healthy again. This is all going to combine to a Voltron of success. Cowboys going to make some noise this year.
Here is the now pushback I have to caution you with at least. First off, you brought up a phenomenal point. It didn't necessarily serve your point, but it's a phenomenal point, which is we sitting here looking at all the teams with the losing records. the Chargers, the Patriots,
calm down.
The Vikings, the Giants. But all those teams still better than the Cowboys. So all those teams looking at their schedule and looking at the Cowboys like, oh, that's a dub. Like, oh, we got them. So that's a great point. That should at least give me you're Cowboys fans, give y'all some more caution. But, Sel, the biggest point of caution is this. No Super Bowl head coach who has won 2 Super Bowls as a head coach has had more than 1 losing season in a row. So if you have won 2 Super Bowls as a head coach in the NFL,
I feel you.
If you've won 2, you've never had 2 consecutive losing seasons.
I'm listening.
For example, Bill Belichick, he's won multiple Super Bowls. He never had 2 losing seasons in between the Super Bowls. He's had a 7-9 season last year. If Bill Belichick were to go 7-9, he would break that stat. But Mike McCarthy's on his 3rd straight losing season, Sel. So what that tells me is if you, a quarterback, can lose your ability. We saw Drew Brees start to falter towards the end of his career. We saw Brett Favre start to falter at the very end of his career. We saw Peyton Manning start to falter at the end of his career. If Hall of Fame quarterbacks can lose it, why can't coaches lose it as well?
I love it.
And I fervently believe, actually, that Mike McCarthy has lost it. Dak Prescott, I don't think he has. CeeDee Lamb is a dude. Zeke was TBD. Michael Gallup, a dude. Amari Cooper, a dude. But if the head coach has lost his way, then it really don't matter the functionality of the vehicle. I don't know much about NASCAR, but I know this much.
You better at Fox.
I'm learning. I did do a feature for NASCAR. Though.
I'm about to say.
I know this much.
What?
If the driver has lost their ability, Sal, it don't matter the functionality of the vehicle.
I'm listening,
because the driver has lost their ability. So it doesn't matter the functionality of Micah Parsons and Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup and Amari Cooper and Ezekiel Elliott. It don't matter if the driver, Mike McCarthy, has lost his ability, and Mike McCarthy appears to have lost his ability.
I'm looking right here, and it doesn't show me that he has appeared to have lost his ability.
His record last year ain't show you that?
Huh?
His record last year ain't show you that?
His record last year?
His record in Green Bay before he got fired ain't show you that?
Well, let's go there. All right, his record last year. Did his quarterback have his ankle come off his leg? Yeah, he did. Last time I checked, the Cowboys never had a losing season when Dak Prescott was healthy. There go that stat. Let's talk about the fact that did any other coach have to go through in their 2nd Super Bowl chance and opportunity? COVID. No. Oh, so there goes that stat again. And then you want to talk about what happened at the end. Now, I was one of those in chorus that's saying Aaron Rodgers hasn't lost it. He's just losing it. It's a difference. Like, lost it and losing it. Like, Aaron Rodgers didn't look the same necessarily with Mike McCarthy at the end. I'm talking even more relationship-wise than just performance, because even Aaron Rodgers reminded us, even at my worst, I'm better than most of y'all best. But that said, this is nothing that you have mentioned that is going to tell me about the Cowboys not having an opportunity to win it all. What you need in NFL is simple. The talent, you got to be good at the greatest position, most important position, and you got to find a way to be a collective. You got to find a way to just bring it all together and be greater than all the individuals.
Let me ask you
They can do that.
Let me ask you this.
They have it.
There's a small slight in words that I don't agree with that I think is a pivotal issue for Cowboys fans.
Let's go.
You said you have to be good at the greatest position.
Yeah.
I think you have to be great at the greatest position to win a chip
Nick Foles.
or have an elite defense. You make a great point.
I can keep
Nick
going.
Foles in the playoffs, 6-1, touchdown interception ratio.
Talk it.
Joe Flacco, he wasn't great the year the Ravens won the Super Bowl, but in the playoffs, 11 touchdowns, no interceptions.
There you go.
Eli Manning wasn't great during the season, but in the playoffs, Eli went crazy.
Yeah.
Even Dak Prescott, when he was great at the beginning of last year, he was still 4th in the league in turnovers. When you bring up Nick Foles, 6-1 touchdown interception ratio in the playoffs, average, I think, 300-plus yards passing. Joe Flacco, 11 touchdowns, no picks. We can look at the Russell Wilsons and the Tom Bradys. You can't be good at the greatest position. You have to be great or elite at the greatest position or have an elite defense. Cowboys don't have an elite defense. Let's get that out the way. So that means Dak Prescott has to be 11 touchdown, 0 pick good. 6 touchdown, 1 pick good. He got to be that great. And are you willing to go Bucky Brooks, who said Dak is going to win the MVP this year? Are you willing to bet that both Dak Prescott will be that great and Mike McCarthy still got the juice?
I would bet this, because I think Dak's going to be great next year, because he's always been trending in that direction. Last year was insane. Last year he was leading the league in passing yards before going down. if you talk about what he's going to be, he needs to be greatest in the greatest moment.
Yes, sir.
And that's all we talked about,
Yes,
right?
sir.
And that's in him. I don't know. I haven't seen it because of his playoff record or lack of success, but it's in him. Is it in his team, more importantly? Cowboys had 7th most takeaways last season on defense. People didn't give him credit for that. And 11th in passing defense. What does that mean? In a passing league, you could take the ball away. Dak Prescott plays good to great in the most important times with everything else they have. Mark my words, Cowboys going to make a big run.